We're back with some more Broken Sword. And we're still around Flap and Guido. And we're gonna go into the Hotel Ubu, but we're gonna look at a few things real quick. Like this sign.
The sign listed the price of rooms, and boy, were they expensive. The killer must have been earning a fat wad to pay for accommodation like this.
Big old fat wad.
The lobby was quiet, almost deserted.
And then we're going to go down here. Because we're going to have to go down there later anyway. But we want to take a look and see if it looks different. And it does, but not really. It's just redone work of the original, so not expecting much, but let's go in. We're gonna walk in and talk to Miss Piermont. Piedmont? Piermont. No, she's just woman right now. And we have a statue and a professor and a telephone. And we have a guy over here over here. Over here that we're gonna talk to. Alright, so we have that key, we have a register. Nope, we gotta walk over here. We have this guy, the clerk.
The clerk wore a disdainful expression, like he'd been born with it.
He probably had been, you don't know. Hello!
I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Yeah, but we're only lawyers, so we have morals. Kind of. Sort of. Maybe not, I don't know, but we're gonna ask you about people.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so.
No clowns here.
Do you have a guest by the name of Khan?
No, monsieur. Perhaps you would care to check the register.
Oh, we can check the register.
The man who calls himself Khan has a scar on his left cheek.
Vraiment? I tell you, I do not know a man named Khan.
Maybe not, but I noticed a change in his expression when I mentioned the scar.
Good thing you did, George, because we didn't.
Do you know a man named Plantar?
No, monsieur.
Do you know somebody named Not Plantar?
Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur. I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, who would do that? Not me.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
Can you tell me which room the man in the photograph has taken?
Oh no, monsieur. That information is confidential.
Well, then you're not good for anything, sir.
Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
What do you make of this tissue?
Do you wish me to dispose of it for you, monsieur?
Hey, no! It could be useful. I'm holding on to this.
As you wish, monsieur.
You never know.
Perhaps you would like a little plastic baggie to keep it in?
Nah, it's fine the way it is.
I need to keep, assuming when they're gonna stop talking and just let them talk until they stop talking, because it ruins my not funny jokes.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
So let's go ahead and take a look at this register.
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel.
Let's take a looky-loo.
There was no one registered under the name of Khan, but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Merlin.
Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag. hanging from a branch.
All right, well, we're not going to get anything else from him. Let's talk to... Well, let's just get into it, shall we? Ooh, there's a statue.
The figure of a sexless youth was frozen in mid-skip with a silly grin on its stone lips.
I don't know.
It was a magnificent old Steinway piano. I figured the lady at the keys wouldn't appreciate a duet with a musical illiterate like me.
Well, let's go ahead and get started with the talking.
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight.
What are you talking about? Lady Piedmont, I forget her name.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
So, from what I'm getting with when they were talking about with this Reforged edition and the voice volume, is they used the same voice, like the same audio file, whatever, for the voices. They just made it to where you could scale the volume of that. So, like with Lady Piermont, there was she said one line which sounded like she was in a tank, and then she said another line which sounded like she was in a barn, and then the third line where it sounded like she was in an actual recording studio. Ah, yes, old games. You have to love it.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I bet it is.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Naughty. Quit being nasty, you nasty, sassy woman.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organizes fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Nah, he's talking about his butt.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
Because, you know, penises and whatnot.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
Yes, the old funny joke. I laugh still.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. The wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
What happened last night?
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
She wanted to toy with his affections. You know?
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Merlin. Well, is this Merlin?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Spurned me.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stokes. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Oh, you can. Also, once again, I always reiterate on this like every episode. I love how in the writing of this game, George is made out to be this guy who literally just babbles everything to anybody. Like, eventually, the entire entity of Paris is going to know that this dude murdered somebody, and people are looking for him. Because George is going to tell anybody who listens that this dude killed somebody. He will be, like, on public transit for some reason. There'll be somebody who just got off work after, like, a 13, 15-hour shift, and is going to be sitting down, wanting to go to sleep. George just walks up behind him, taps him on the shoulder, and goes, "Hey, see this man? He blew somebody up. Thank you for your time." And then walks off. He's deranged.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Merlin.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantar's briefcase.
And she has no idea who Plantar is. We can keep talking about him.
Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
Which, we know how, but what I want to do is we're going to go ahead and talk to this guy first.
Do you know what this is?
Oh, yes, I'd say it was a clown's nose.
That's right. It was worn as a disguise by a vicious killer.
Ah, Mr. Merlin, perchance.
That's him. Does this tissue mean anything to you?
Good God, no.
I just thought the smell might be familiar.
Please, darling, put it away. I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
I mean, what are you talking about? I'm sure you'd love to get painted by White Pancake. All right, so let's go ahead and talk to...
I have to go, ma'am.
What was his name? I'm really trying to remember what his name was.
I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce.
Yeah, but to be fair, I have forgotten what it was too, so... But let's talk to him.
Excuse me, didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't know the what we're talking about.
Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England. Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
We need to put more RAM on the computer. Quick! Get more cardboard and string.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have.
You know, he gives a valid question. Why are you talking about dead men?
May I shake you by the hand?
I do not shake the hands of imperialist dogs.
Now that's a real bad attitude problem you've got there. Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective.
He murdered somebody. Murdered!
What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Well, that cuts out like literally 90% of George's conversation.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
The Goobermint.
Does this goo-smeared tissue mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Alright, well, he's not going to know anything else about anything.
Thanks for your help.
Goodbye.
Now, I can't remember if we need to call Nico and mention Khan or Merlin. Let's see. Merlin.
Bonjour, couleur.
Hi, it's George. I have the address of the killer's hotel.
If you're going to pay him a visit, take care. Remember, that guy's a professional.
Thanks. I'll be fine.
Oh, well, never mind. Wait, we do need Miss Piermont's help. Because he's not going to give us the key. We need to get the key. She's going to help us get the key.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
George. Hello. Key, I need you to help me get key.
Would you distract the clerk while I borrow a key?
Are you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
I guess I am.
Good heavens, I must be dreaming.
I don't think so, ma'am.
Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
I'm hoping it's the key to Merlin's room.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case, but a good dose of English arrogance might do the trick.
Maybe it will. Let's go. Watch her sashay over there. There's much sash and A.
I say, you there, flunky.
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Bien sûr, madame.
It's a big
Over
old
to
bag.
you, my dear.
Thank you. I'm just going to go take this key. Yoink. And now we're going to go upstairs.
In the back of the office was a small safe with a combination lock.
We will never make it. We will never make it! So we need to go upstairs. And we have room... What room is this?
The sign on the door read 21.
Good, that's the key I have. Where is my inventory? It's right here. Where is it?
Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Oh, because we need to go to room 22. That's right. And we need to look through some things and things before we things and things.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe.
So massive, so big and large.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Well, that wasn't what I was looking for. I thought we needed to get like a coat hanger or something. Maybe I'm thinking of one of the other billion games I've played.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelt of onions. No kidding, it really did.
No kidding! Well, we need to go ahead and open up this window.
The window looked out over a narrow alley surrounded by high walls.
Let's go out the window, George, and die. Maybe. We will die. No, we're just gonna yoink, 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 yoink. Da, 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 da. We're sneaking. Super sneaky, sneaky.
The cabinet had no drawers, just a single door.
Just one door?
The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Well, we know where he is going to leave incriminating evidence. First of all, there's a briefcase.
It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died.
Pick it up. Open it up.
I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty.
Boo! Boo!
The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying. The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits.
Other than he killed. He murdered. Well, hello there.
The pants were newly laundered and pressed with immaculate creases.
Well, let's go ahead and pick up the pants.
There was nothing in the pockets of the pants.
Are you sure?
There was nothing in the pockets of the pants.
Well, maybe it was... Did we open it up the rest of the way? Oh, never mind. Was it like we go out here? Uh-oh!
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Look at him! I like the little pictures of George's face. Going like, huh? Huh? Eh? And well, we have come out here. And we have this closed thing that we can look at. His pantalones. His drawers. Which we will look at next time when we come back. We'll go through the pants and we'll get more clues. Till then, you all take care, and of course, have a good one.